Hey guys, Tony here, and I'm back to do a thread response. I was chosen by Jonas, SublimMedia, to be the next person in his long association thread. So if you saw his video, you know the premise of this. He chose 3 records, and they were all associated one way or another. And so from the last record he showed, I have to show another album that's associated with that, and so on, you know. So you get the gist of it, hopefully. If not, go back and watch his video. So the last album he chose was Jimi Hendrix, Electric Ladyland, and you know, obvious classic. So my task now is to choose a record that is somehow in any way, shape, or form associated with this. So, being as lame as I am, I went for the probably the easiest possible thing, and that is, if you can't already guess, Bob Dylan's John Wesley Harding. And for those of you who don't know, I chose this because this is the album that the song All Along the Watchtower was originally on. Which, of course, All Along the Watchtower, covered by Jimi Hendrix, is on Electric Ladyland. So, this was released in 1967. So while the rest of the world were losing their heads in over-the-top production and psychedelia, Bob Dylan totally went back to basics and put out this album. A mostly acoustic record, recorded around the same time as the Basement tapes. And when it came out in 1967, it was very well received. It's his first album after Blonde on Blonde, so after the motorcycle accident. And yeah, some great players on here. Kenny Buttrey plays on here, who played drums on some Neil Young material, Harvest, and so forth. But yeah, cool album. And so yeah, that's my association with that. So from here, it's a little bit trickier, I guess. The song All Along the Watchtower. Okay, so I'm going to stick with that for a second. And the next album I chose is Led Zeppelin 4. Now you might be asking why, what the association is. And you might be thinking because they are both on Columbia Records. But that's not it. The reason is the song All Along the Watchtower. Now, I just in my quick look up on Wikipedia, I happened to see that the chord progressions in All Along the Watchtower happen to be very similar to the chord progressions in Stairway to Heaven. So that is my association here. Zeppelin 4, of course, another absolute classic. I mean, fantastic. Obviously, Zeppelin 4. And the interesting thing about it was released in November 1971. Interesting thing about it is that the title of the band, the name of the band, and the title don't appear on the album. And that was a big... They're not on both Columbia Records, are they? No, they're not. This is on Atlantic Records. Never mind. So yeah, Atlantic Records really wanted the title on there. Zeppelin 3, when it came out, was kind of received lukewarmly. It wasn't looked upon as the classic that we know it now. And sales weren't as great as they could have been. So they were really, wanted to have the Zeppelin name on this record, and, they were adamant about not having it. So this, of course, has the song Rock and Roll, if you could hear that, Black Dog, Misty Mountain Hop, When the Levee Breaks, Stairway to Heaven, and The Battle of Evermore, which happens to be one of my favorite Zeppelin tunes. And so my next association to this is, as you might be able to guess as well, Sandy Denny, who sings, she's the guest vocalist on Battle of Evermore, was also in Fairport Convention. So for my next record here, I chose Fairport Convention's Half Unbricking. This is the US pressing. The cover's different. And yes, Sandy Denny is a member of Fairport Convention. This was released in 1969. One of the 3 fantastic records that Fairport Convention released in 1969, Half Unbricking. Yeah, 1969. It went to number 12 on the UK charts. It's a fantastic album, really is. One thing about this is a lot of Dylan covers. There's a few. $1 Million Bash, which was recorded as part of the Basement Tapes originally, but also Percy's Song, and also Who Knows Where the Time Goes, which is a fantastic track, and Sandy Denny, of course, sings on that, and I mean, that's the song that she's really, really known for. But yeah, a fantastic record, UK folk rock. And so yeah, that's my my third association here. So I know there's a lot of threads going on, and one of them is by Big Star 1000, which I'll want to answer probably this evening, hopefully. But yeah, I'm choosing Big Star 1000 next. I hope you don't mind, Fred. Mostly because when I think of Fairport Convention, I think of him. He kind of turned me on to them, and he's a big fan of Fairport Convention. So, Fred, Big Star 1000, you're next in this thread. I know you could probably come up with some good associations with that. So, yeah. So, there's my response, and hope you enjoyed it. And have a good one, guys.